everyone. Today's video is going to be about the top 5 questions that I am asked about admissions to ISB. Before that, I would just like to tell you that I do education consulting, college application mentoring, general mentoring for a fee, and if you'd like to avail that, drop me a mail on bhavanatime@gmail.com. It's there in the description. Okay, question number 1 in no particular order. People ask me whether a certain number of years of work experience are necessary for admission to ISB. So the answer to it is no, but you need to have a minimum of 2 years of work experience. It can go to 5, 6, 10, 15, 20, whatever you want it to be. The number won't make a difference unless and until you have a strong balanced profile. By that I mean you have good academics, diverse exposure to different things, extracurricular activities that you're good at, maybe volunteering experiences. A lot of things come into the picture, along with, of course, your GMAT score, your application and your essays. So once they have a holistic view of what your application is like, they'll take you. That also counts for the background that you're coming from. So they don't differentiate based on your background. Any person from any kind of background can apply. But again, you need to have a strong profile. Question number 2. What is the difference between EEO, YLP and the normal PGP program? Well, the admission, the way of admission, the method of admission is different. However, all EEOs, YLPs and the normal PGP admits go through the same program. So the difference is the Young Leaders program, people apply to it when they're in college, and the application itself happens in stages. Wherein in stage 1 you make an application, you write a couple of essays, then you give your GMAT and then you're asked to produce your score. Then you have, if you get in, you have, of course after an interview, you have some campus tours and there's some kind of guiding, hand-holding. The early entry program, that is the EEO, means you apply with the normal PGP admits just the same way as they do. But because you have less than 2 years of work experience, you get the admit to the class after you finish your 2 years of work experience. So I got my admit in 2017 and I got admitted to the class of 2020 because I had not finished my 2 years of work experience back then. And a normal PGP program has a very straightforward process. The admission process happens used to happen thrice a year up until now. You had to appear for your GMAT or GRE and do your applications, essays, submit it. If you got selected for the interview, you had to go for the interview and then you could get selected or waitlisted depending on what the situation is. Question number 3 about your GMAT and GRE score. So is there a minimum or is there a good score? Well, there is no specific good score and there is no minimum, there is no cutoff, okay? But there is an average or a median that the school releases, and it is safer to have your score around that score so that the chances of you getting admitted are higher. However, getting a 780 on a GMAT or a 340 on a GRE does not guarantee you an admission. It might increase your chances, but that is always based on how your other parts of your profile are. So make sure that you give your best for your exams, get good scores, but don't rely on that. Okay, there's a bee in the video. But we don't kill bees. We do get scared of them. Question number 4. Do you need math? Another thing that I was scared of. But yes, you do need maths. That is why you have the quant section in GMAT and GRE. And you need way more math than that. There's going to be a lot of math in the first 3 to 4 terms actually. Not difficult math, but there are going to be a lot of numbers because of accounting, because of statistics, because of operations, decision making and optimization. These are subjects that I had studied and they do require math. They need to be very good and quick and swift with numbers. So, but don't get scared if you're not great at math, but you need to know that you have to work very, very, very hard at it. If you're not good at math, you'll have to work doubly hard. I can give that to you in writing. Please make sure that you put in that kind of effort. And question number 5, the most asked question. Do you think my profile is good enough? Well, I am not someone who decides that, and you may have a great profile and still may not get an admit into the school. The reasons will always be unknown, because even when we got our admits, we were not told why we got in. It is always a decision based on different factors of your application, and if you feel like you have a strong profile, that is, you have good academic scores, a good standing, you think you are capable of going through a very hectic and very challenging 1-year schedule, which is equally fun, but of course it is very challenging and demanding, then go for it. And I wish you all the very best. I hope before you take the final decision of doing an MBA, you are clear about why you want to do it and what you will gain out of it once you've done your MBA. So if you're applying to ISB or any other school, or be it a 1-year program or a 2-year program, I wish you all the very best. I made a change in my surroundings today because I'm a little bored of sitting on my study table. I mean, on the chair in front of my study table. I think I should end the video now. Bye bye, take care, have a great day.